I think Ubisoft is my favorite company in AAA gaming. And I'm not saying that as someone who actually enjoys Ubisoft games. I don't even know the last time I did enjoy a Ubisoft game was. I guess I kind of liked The Division 2 for a while, and I've heard good things about the Prince of Persia, that Metroidvania Prince of Persia game that I forget the name of. Prince of Persia, Where is My Hat? But I really think they're my favorite company, because they're just the perfect example of how much of a mess AAA gaming is in, and it seems like no matter how bad things get for them, they just magically find a pile of money somewhere to keep chugging along while changing absolutely nothing about their strategy. It's amazing. Like, truly, where is the money coming from? Like, if you work for one of these, like, government agencies that's trying to go and we're trying to find where all the money launderers are. We're trying to find where all the dirty money is. Just go to Ubisoft. How are they still funding, how are they still funding anything? Obligatory Joe from Seattle shows the Ubisoft stock, but look at this. You start the decade around $20 a share, and we are now officially under $1. Ubisoft stock is officially cheaper than a Twix. Fuck $5 footlongs. $5 packs of Ubisoft stock for less than a $5 foot long. That's the kind of Subway ad I want to see. I'll make the jingle for that. And apparently, this is also after a 41% drop over the last 5 days. They're down 65 cents over the past 5 days. Bro, you don't have 65 cents to spare at this point. What is happening? And I'll tell you what's happening, because a ton of news actually came out the other day. Or I guess over the last few days about where Ubisoft is at and where Ubisoft is going. And I just want to go through some of the big, cliff notes of what's come out about Ubisoft over the last few days, because some of this stuff is absolutely baffling. And I am once again asking where the hell all their money is coming from. How are you still afloat? One of the headlines that came out was just yesterday that they could end up cutting another 2,000 jobs. Which, first question, how were you even funding 2,000 jobs to begin with? Second question, wouldn't it be easier to, make some top-down changes in personnel? Because I feel like we hear a lot about strategy changes, but we're tweaking how we're doing things. But you never hear Ubisoft say, hey, we're tweaking who's in charge. Which there, like a year ago, there was a story coming out about how the Ubisoft board is investigating things now. The board is investigating where to cut costs. It's like, guys, I think the problem might be amongst you, because here we are a year later and we don't seem to see any way forward other than cutting another 2,000 jobs. And it's not like you don't have IP. It's not like you don't have good things that those 2,000 people could be doing to flip their salaries into profit. But I mean, hey, I'm just some fuck with a microphone. What do I know about very basic capitalism? And since we're on the topic of things that those people could be doing, it was also revealed the other day that Ubisoft has canceled 6 games, including the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, which, lol at everyone who gave me shit for saying this game was never coming out. I said that a year ago. I'll accept your apology in the form of Wendy's gift cards. And not only are they canceling 6 games, but they're also delaying 7 other games to, quote, ensure enhanced quality benchmarks are fully met. Because when I think of what Ubisoft is struggling at, I just think they're not hitting enhanced quality benchmarks, guys. Ubisoft games are just so ugly, man. If there's one thing wrong with Ubisoft, it's just that they're not hitting the enhanced quality benchmarks for their visuals. God damn it, guys. Can we focus up, please? Our games are boring as shit and barely function, and they're absolutely gorgeous, but god fucking damn it, we need to delay these games to make sure they hit the enhanced quality benchmarks. Fuck, lay off those 2,000 people. We need to delay... We need to delay these games to put more work into them, which means these games are not going to be generating any revenue for an even longer wait of time, but god damn it, we better not have anybody working on them. Also, Sands of Time remake is gone, and so are 5 other things, but you know what's not gone? Beyond Good and Evil 2. Which was announced 17 years ago. That's a game we should definitely be keeping in-house. That's not a game that should be maybe outsourced to a different studio or put on hold. Nah, no. We need to keep that one going. We're very concerned about how much money we're spending and how much money we're not bringing in. But you bet your ass we're going to keep pouring money into Beyond Good and Evil 2 17 years later. What is going on? But the big story from the other day is this. And this is, I think, the biggest issue with all of this. Quote, Ubisoft wants Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six to be annual billionaire brands. Assassin's Creed, which, if you'll remember, actually used to be an annual brand, and then we had to stop making it an annual brand because there was so much franchise fatigue going around and so little polish that the game had to be put on hold for a few years, and the entire structure had to change all to get away from being an annual brand. Now we're going back to Assassin's Creed as an annual brand. I don't know if this plan was really thought through. Master? Far Cry as an annual brand, frankly, this is the only one that I think even makes sense, because there is a big audience of casual FPS players who will buy games annually, unless you're called Call of Duty nowadays, lol. But frankly, if you have a couple teams working on Far Cry, and Far Cry is a game that is simple enough in structure that I think you could get away with doing yearly releases, because you could just take the same it's one of Ubisoft's few franchises where you could take the template and just put it in random places and be perfectly fine, you know? Like, Far Cry in Montana, Far Cry in Japan, Far Cry in the future, Far Cry in 40s Britain, Far Cry in 2026 Seattle, after the Mariners choke going to the World Series again and the entire city collapses. I'm not still bitter, you're still bitter. Like, Far Cry is the only one of these three franchises that actually makes remote sense as an annual brand. But I do love that they put Rainbow Six here. Like, we want Rainbow Six to be an annual brand. Buddy, you used to have that, and you turned that faucet off in favor of Siege. I happen to remember what Rainbow Six was like pre-Siege. I happened to enjoy what Rainbow Six was pre-Siege. I had a lot of fun with games like Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six during the Xbox 360 era, before you turned Rainbow Six into a tactical hero shooter, and you turned Ghost Recon into a Division clone. I wonder if we can narrow down what's causing such fatigue with your brand. Could it be that you're taking things that used to have a lot of entries, a lot of well-received entries, with different personality between them that really helped solidify the brand, and you've taken those brands and either turned them into complete slop or turned them into one game forever? That can't be it. That can't be it. Lay off 2,000 people and continue to fund Beyond Good and Evil 2 for the rest of time. That'll make our stock worth more than a Snickers bar. Johnson, you're a genius. You survived the layoffs. And I think there's also there's a line in here that makes things a little confusing. Down here it says in 2024, since 2016, Rainbow Six Siege has generated approximately $3.8 billion in revenue, but also Assassin's Creed has generated around $4 billion over the last 10 years. So we'll just round up on both sides. Over the last 10 years, Rainbow Six Siege and Assassin's Creed have earned the same amount of money, but there has been one game on one side of that, Assassin's Creed Siege, Joe, kill yourself. Rainbow Six Siege and Assassin's Creed over the last 10 years has had a whole bunch of games with a whole bunch of different budgets. Rainbow Six Siege is a relatively low-budget game to maintain because the game's already done. I just think that's interesting. It's almost like if you make a game that people enjoy and that they want to continue playing, not necessarily a live service game, because you could apply this logic to plenty of non-live service games. I'm sure games like Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3 generate tons of revenue every year despite them not being live service games. Bethesda RPGs generate tons of revenue every single year despite them being janky and unupdated. Which also, speaking of Bethesda, rest in peace everyone who thought there was going to be a Fallout Shadow drop yesterday. That's a bit of a bummer. So sorry for you. Also, what's the deal with everyone who was talking about a Modern Warfare 3 remaster that was supposed to be announced at the Xbox show yesterday? How desperate are we getting, guys? Like, what? How bad of a state is Call of Duty in? That's what I'm saying. Far Cry should absolutely be trying to capitalize on this. If actually, what would be a really good idea for Ubisoft to make some money and like generate a good ongoing game like Rainbow Six Siege? Look at the state of Call of Duty right now. Look at the state of like Respawn arcade shooters. What if Ubisoft were to take their IP and their talent with first-person shooter design, and they were to make like a Call of Duty competitor? Maybe they could make it free to play to get more people in and just like sell cosmetics and make a lot of money that way. It's a relatively low cost game. Do you see what I'm getting at right now? Do you see what I'm getting at? Do you see why Ubisoft is my favorite company of all time? Who is calling the shots up there? Who's deciding what lives and what dies? Like what is happening? Like, oh dude, we have one game. We have one online shooter that's generated the same amount of revenue with one installment over the same time period as one of our flagship franchises that also eats up hundreds of millions of dollars of development costs every year because we make a bunch of new installments. How do we capitalize off of that? Especially since we're living in a world where the main first-person shooter, like casual first-person shooter multiplayer game, is in a state and that entire community is up for grabs right now. How do we capitalize? It's like we could make a Call of Duty competitor, or we could put more money into a game that's never coming out. Now there's an idea. I guess all that to say, Ubisoft is my favorite company in AAA gaming. As someone who's been like holding my rally flags and shaking my rally monkey for the crash of the AAA industry, Ubisoft is my favorite AAA company. Nothing they do makes sense. Everything they do is completely backwards and brain dead. And you know what? I encourage it. Keep it coming, boys. I love every single one of you who works at Ubisoft. You give me so much entertainment. And you know what's funny? Is I'm going to generate enough revenue from this video that you're watching right now. I'm going to generate enough ad revenue to buy like, I don't even know how many Ubisoft stocks. Like, I don't know where the stock price is going to be by the time the video comes out, but like, gosh, I'll give this video a week and then just spend all the revenue from this video on Ubisoft stock. I might own a majority of the company by the time we're done. I kind of want to do that now. Oh, like what if I just keep gradually buying up Ubisoft stock while everyone else is selling off until it gets to the point where I actually have like a substantial percentage of the company. And then maybe they would listen to me. Except no, they wouldn't listen to me. Because that's how we got into this situation in the first place. Oh. Anyways, Doofus Club time. I want to cut someone's face with a sharp rock. Whoa. I'm buying all the Steam controllers for myself. The game of 12-7YT game. Last 13-14. Mayo Setsuna, Biscuit 111. Chris Void. West of Rex. Henthai. Game with the people in Nate. I own 6 slick click flicks of Blu-ray discs. Delta 169. Baron von Vonderham. Follow Pinkus 97. Unicorn Rocco. Goji Fan 2005. The Return of the King. Money's Upside Down. Billet 310 Sharp. AI is slop. That makes me Microsoft. Kish good. Doug Nigsy. Smile. Dirty Mike and the boys. Contractually obligated to give Curbside Anthem 8 dozen eggs. Max Good V2 Gaming. It's the Hard Nug Life. Nice dude. One man savage. No payoff. Help me. I'm losing to a shark in Marvel Rivals. Good. Vector, Vanilla Archer, Mechanical Resonance, Sick Nick, Mad Fox 94, Exchange Induction, Barry Brain, Stick Rider, Broken Crown, Purple Off the Backing, Jake Spider Monkey 994, hashtag biggest, dickest, Schmo from Schmados to Schmidt, Vast Dennis, Muskie, Big Fudge, Thrash in the Vibe, Blecto Penguin, what the fuck, Klepto Penguin, Jojo 6, Molthane, Rulazard, Oracle, Blaster, Name, oh my fucking god, Jimmy Chops, Master Killer, Firestorm 2376, Tom Strong, Lexon, Unknown 8718, I got some A50s, now I got Order, Air, Gasms Daily, Edge Shadow Bear 1789, Better Fondue, T-Train, Reisner, Non for Law, High Partial Man 8, Vox Hot, Man 4372, WX Snake Guys 227, MK2396E, X Market Gamma Fire has 105, Tech Gaming, Slim Jim, Lord Bowser the II, Joe Laughs at us in the Moat, Look Little Without Us in Peace Gamer, Shebber, Rick's Power, Dick Dabby, Xylophone, Doofus, Mertz, Academy, Crew the Sail Angel, I filled the moat with sporks, get in, losers! Cyrus 671, 2 Jackson 940, Vast Dennis, stole my Steam Deck, do you bot me? Dennis? You bastard! Creed Warrior 23 Max the Chef, Simply the Chap, Totally Insanity, Black Cobra, Face the Wall, Xeno, Lover, Night of Cypher, ML04, Wonder Wolf of Midnight, EKW, Steve Wood Studios, Film, Kraken, Ohm, Giving, Tariq Brown, Thorns Game, Mag, Next, Severin, Evans, Miss Mario 3, Caroline, Vigor, Waxenberg, Pow How, Donnie Weston, Gob Gonson, Rogue Winter 919, Zach Fanny, Kidding, fuck, Hangman for Hire, Eldon the Noble, Frost Crystal, Biogenesis, Manga Keys, Cover Go, Ghost, Reed, Saga Reactor 10, Honest 94, Blue Hook, Wang, and the Windy, Wanky, Windy Wank, Mrs. Techno Squeak, Jody Petey, Smitty, Wiggins, Gentleman, Garcia, Gimmickins, I American 80, Harmon Smith, Other Chin, Oh No, Stress and Rain, Retooning Wing, Cinderwolf 7, Retro, West, JMM, SG, Veg, Groove, Nana, Kern, Alice Pack, Sal, Haven, VeggieTales, Next Time, VeggieTales. You know what's weird? There's no VeggieTales video game. Is there? You dumb bitch? There's no VeggieTales video game. Okay, toodles.